Okay, it feels like it's been a long time since I've posted anything, 2 months. But with that also though, unfortunately, we haven't been riding very much, hence the lack of posting. So today, me, Dan, and my dad, we're gonna head up to Mount Spokane. It's an all pavement ride. Just get to the top of Mount Spokane, enjoy the views, and just enjoy getting out. But because it's been so long since I posted, I kind of want to give an update of what's been going on. So if you guys want to skip ahead just to the riding, I'll put timestamps in the video so you can go from there. But yeah, what's been going on? So the last video I did, we looped the lake around Priest Lake. And then shortly after that, we started getting the 105, 110 degree days around here. It was just miserable. I did a little poll to see what you guys think is too hot to ride. And I'll be honest with you, 95 is kind of, that's my point where I'm just about done. I'm not enjoying it. And unfortunately, we kept those temps almost all the way through the summer. And so with that, we haven't been riding very much. And so as we were going along, I thought, okay, I need to do something with my time. So let's finish our basement. I have an unfinished basement. So let's get that started. Well, I quickly realized something. We, like many people, have too much crap. I brought all this up from our basement, rebuilt the shelves out here, and I still have that much or more to go. And I'm like, I don't want to finish a basement just to put all this crap back in. What's the point? So thankfully, I'm fortunate to have a big garage. We decided, okay, let's take everything out and let's build shelving in the garage and get that done. So then I was going to do that project. But guess what? We got COVID, and it ran through the whole family very quickly. So it's not fun. I don't wish anybody to get it, but we all got it. The kids got over it pretty dang fast. Really wasn't too big a deal for them, but for me, it lingered for a while. I got strep throat in the middle of it, and I think that actually made it more miserable than anything because I couldn't eat, and that brought really high fevers with it. So that knocked us out for a while. So then, when we're back and ready to go, they closed our off-road parks due to fire hazards. And so now, so at this point, it's just been a shit show. Okay, that's what this summer has been for us. So I did take the kids to Nitro Circus in August. Thankfully, we were right done with quarantine when that show came on, but I didn't feel good enough to vlog that out. And then I did take the kids to a local race at the track. And then on top of that, we did enroll the kids in tackle football. And so that got messed up a little bit there too in August. But they've been doing good. Their team's 2-1. But it's a program. They practice 4 nights a week, games on weekends. They had a night game. So that's keeping us busy. So it's not that we don't want to ride. It's not that I don't want to be on the bikes and everything. But we've just been busy. So going forward in the future, I think, we'll keep doing the bike stuff as we do it. It's still definitely a passionate hobby of mine, but we might do some other things on the channel too, just because as life goes and you adapt, there may not be all those opportunities like we had the last 2 years to do the same thing. Oh, and the other thing I'll say is we did end up selling the Sierra 50. We had that for a while. That was the kids' first experience on a bike. I sold it. I did a review of it as well. That review did pretty well. But my youngest son, Jax, he's tall. He has no interest in it. And I'm not going to force a child on a motorized vehicle who's not interested in it. And so I don't want to say I took advantage of anybody, but I got $2 grand out of it. And it was very well taken care of, but I got $2 grand out of it, which is, more than MSRP, but there were none around. I was asking more, came down for them. So I would say I made use of the opportunity, and it was the gentleman's choice to pay that much for it when he bought it, because if I could have only got $1,500 for it, I would have held on to it, because that thing would have been worth $1,500 for years. But that extra opportunity to get $500 for it, I took it. So at this point, I'm going to finish gearing up, check the tire pressures, and once Dan and my dad get here, we'll take off and go. Thanks for stopping by, checking out the update, and hopefully you enjoy the views from the top of the mountain. Okay, so as an example as to how screwed up this year has been, we are now not going to Mount Spokane. So when I went to check the tire PSI, I found my rear tire was at 0. I finally found it. I had been having like a 2 PSI, 3 PSI leak every week. So I'm not really wanting to risk go up to Mount Spokane that far I've got the tire filled up, so I'm risking a short ride out to my dad's, and we're gonna grab the 450. And so then what we're gonna do on the 450 is we're gonna go take a look at some of the fire damage that's occurred this year. It wasn't from this fire, but there was a fire across the highway from my house where I filmed with my phone. It didn't come in the best, but it was still crazy. All these helicopters and planes dropping retardant and everything on the fire. So that was kind of crazy to get to see that close on there. But anyway, so then we had another fire go through that was much larger, much more threatening with how dry it's been. And we're gonna go take a look on the 450 with the damage of that, because by the time I drive to my dad's house, we don't really feel like driving up to Mount Spokane. So we'll do that a different day. So anyways, we'll go head out to my dad's house, we'll get the 450, and then we will take off from there. It's been a while, but it feels good to be back on the 450. Okay, so different. Okay, so we're gonna head up to the gas station, top off tanks, and then I'm gonna let my dad lead us to where we're going because he's checked it out before. Supreme out of order. Oh, nice. We gotta back up. Do not want a car wash, although that would be a good YouTube video. Okay. No, I'm good. Hey, I can smell gas. I don't have all my scent back, but at least I can smell the good stuff. Old town of Deer Park's busy today. I can't state enough how different this bike is than the V-Strom. We'll go pull over here. Oh, they're all behind me. Oh, missed that. Oops. I gotta practice wheelies again. I shifted up before I wanted to. Plus I can't ride them straight. That's kind of important. I don't think a lot of the fire was just right here. I've seen it in a few spots, but I think we're getting closer to where it happened. So this fire was officially called the Corkscrew fire. Very big, lots of evacuations. Oh, got the rear end drift a little. Okay, we were really close to where fire damage was. Check that out. And there were some houses up here on the sides. That sucks. So previously we were on this road when we did the miles per gallon tests, riding out to the dam, and this wasn't burnt. So that was from this summer. And so you got all these houses down here, they were all completely evacuated. So this road acted as a natural fire line. And then when it's burning right here, I don't know whether it was airdrops or not. Oh, there's where they cut a fire line. So there's a fire line they cut. It still didn't work all the way, or maybe that was just their access. So this is by no means even a small amount of how big this fire was.
Oh my goodness. All that up there. I don't know how well the GoPro is going to pull this up. It's not really meant for this, but spots on that whole hillside right there. Well, most of the hillside were burned. I knew this fire was big, but good grief. Man, it just burned through here. How is that home still standing?
How the hell did they save them?
I don't know. Well, whatever. Okay, that didn't make it. So whatever that structure was burned. Yeah, so that burned. The house made it. Listen, that's crazy. Jump the road here. Goodness gracious. I mean, both sides just completely burned. Look it up in those hills. Can you guys see that by that cell phone tower? All burned up in there. They saved that house. There's a house in there they saved. Ooh, I want to go ride that like a motocross track. No, I don't got the balls for that. There's like no break in the action. Burned. I mean, look at that contrast. Burned, didn't burn. It's all very drastic out here. And now it jumped. Yeah.
That was hot.
Yeah, I mean, all this right here fried most of the needles. To scorch the trees like that. Yeah, that was intense to burn the needles up like that. And look how you can look how the branches froze in the wind. I can't remember what effect they said causes that, but those all froze. That's nuts.
It is. How much of it?
Unbelievable. I've never seen a fire that burned so hot as to leave these as all twigs.
Yeah.
That's insane. Unreal. I'd go walk down there, but that's technically private property. Absolutely incredible. I hope this comes out on video as good as I'm seeing it right now. I have never seen anything like this. You know, here's something I want to point out right here. This shows you how beautiful this is. Real quick right here, this shows you what they lost. This is what we lost, how gorgeous this was. That is a devastating loss to see what it was and what it is. Oh my goodness. Made its way up there. Woo, it's windy. Dad left his turn signal on. It's holding a good pace though. Okay, so we got the 450 dropped off. When I came back, I measured the air pressure in the rear tire and it was back down to 44. So in theory, it never lost any air pressure today. That still doesn't mean it would have been a good idea to ride it up to Mount Spokane, nor does that mean that it's a good idea that I'm riding it now. But I feel capable at 50 miles an hour and under of dealing with the tire going flat, not killing myself, so I'm willing to take that risk. But that was a really good ride, awesome ride. So let's get back to the house and we'll kind of recap our thoughts on it.
Okay, so we're back. That was a good ride. That was crazy how much burned. I think I'm gonna pull up a map here right now for the post so that we can see, you know, we were only in a small part of this fire. This fire actually extended for many miles northeast of where we were, and so it actually ended up burning a lot. So I mean, that's really unfortunate, but I mean, that is the year this has been. I mean, my tire being flat is the year this has been. I'm just like, oh my God. But hey, I got to ride both bikes today. Got to put almost 60 miles, I think, on the 450, which was really nice because I have not ridden that enough this year, the way it worked out. So, I mean, yeah, made lemonade out of lemons, right? So anyway, eventually at some point we will go to Mount Spokane, just not today and not until I get the bike fixed. So anyways, hopefully you guys found this video interesting. Hopefully it gave you a good idea of the extent of that fire and you found it enjoyable. So keep on riding and we'll be back next time. Thanks. Bye.